Aren't you ashamed of what you're doing? It says you're supposed to pay here.
Shame, 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 shame on you.
Monday on CBS2 News at 11, Shame on You is back, and Arnold Diaz investigates a deadbeat stockbroker.
Why haven't you paid this judgment against you?
He owes hundreds of thousands of dollars to a sick woman's family but refuses to pay. What happened? Watch Shame on You Monday on CBS2 News at 11 after an all-new CSI Miami.
Don't eat that.
Exercise!
That has fat.
Don't turn your life upside down. New patented cholesterol helps block cholesterol in the stomach before it reaches the liver. All-natural cholesterol lowers cholesterol and is more effective than diet and exercise alone. What's more, cholesterol helps improve your HDL-LDL ratio as much as 63%. Don't turn your life upside down. Get cholesterol today. Available only at CVS.
Box Tops for Education asks, how did you improve your school?
We got the keys to the information superhighway.
We got new gym equipment.
More art supplies. I like to mix my colors.
Clip Box Tops for Education coupons from hundreds of General Mills products. Send them to school, and your school gets 10 cents a box top to spend on anything. General Mills Box Tops for Education. Earn cash for your school.
A warning for women as police search for a serial rapist. He's on the loose in New York City. Plus this.
Limber up those digits. 11-digit dialing comes to the Big Apple. I'm McGee Hickey. I'll have that story coming up.
And how a strike by water company employees in New Jersey may be affecting your drinking water.
This is CBS2 News Saturday morning.
Good morning. I'm Lisa Daniels at 6 a.m. on this Saturday, February 1st of 2003.
Mark your calendars. That's right, Lisa. And I'm Mario Bosquez. Thanks for joining us bright and early on this Saturday morning. Top of the hour to everybody on this brand new show as we kick off CBS2 News Saturday morning and Sunday morning as well. Bringing you lots of great things every weekend.
We've got everything. We've got news. We've got weather. We have traffic. We even have cooking.
And I'm very lucky. I've got Lisa Daniels, I've got Janine, I've got Janice. It's a great team coming your way, both on camera and off. So stay tuned for lots of surprises. Plus, this morning, we'll even be doing, what are you up to this morning?
We are going to be interviewing somebody from New York Magazine. They're going to show us the hot spots for us to stay warm even though it's freezing outside.
That sounds good. So far, the hottest thing I have is my cup of coffee. So I would like to hear that.
Me?
Janine and you are included in that as well.
Good.
Compliments all around this morning, especially Janine D'Adamo.
Hey guys, good morning to both of you. What a pleasure. We've had a really good time so far this week, all getting to know each other.
Yeah.
And now we are talking about a warm-up, which is really nice. The forecast is looking up, although today rain is coming down, so grab the umbrellas if you're going to venture out on this Saturday. Here's my forecast. From morning through evening, rain is in the forecast. It starts out kind of this drizzly, on and off, misty stuff. And then by later today, steadier rain is in the forecast, more of a moderate clip of a rain. We think about a ½ inch to even a ¼ of an inch across the area will fall. You know, one of the other issues we have, though, today is that especially north and west of New York, inland, we have winter weather advisories in effect, where the temperatures, like around Cold Spring, are below freezing. In Newton today at 30 degrees. Freezing rain is in your future, so there might be some slight icing. Although we don't expect it to be a major event, there will be some minor icing. Right now, the radar is showing a little bit of light rain. So look at Storm Tracker, some light drizzle moving across the area. You guys, actually, a lot of it you can't see yet, but it's that fine, you saw it on your way in, that misty, annoying.
Get to watch your step, because it could be slippery here and there.
You bet. We'll have more on the, that's true. But we're actually going to see some 50s coming up.
Good.
So I'll have more on that.
Great. Thanks, Janine.
Thanks for the bright side on that. All right, time now. 6:02, 35 degrees on this Saturday morning. Now for a look at the roads. Start of the weekend. Let's check in with CBS 2's Janice Dean.
Good morning, Janice.
Good morning. As Janine mentioned, the roads are slippery, could be icy. Give yourself lots of extra braking space. Maybe give you some extra drive time before you head out. And headlights are always a good idea. Let's take a look at a couple of accidents. We have Route 80 in New Jersey. We have have a collision there before 287 in Parsippany, and also just below that, 287 exit 3 in Edison, a collision clearing at that point. Verrazano Bridge, 35 miles per hour because of the weather, so keep that in mind. Give yourself, again, lots of extra braking space. Take it real easy. Our live city cam shot is going to show you New Jersey Turnpike exit 13A at Elizabeth. Things are moving quite well for you. Just a light sprinkling of headlights this morning. Remember, alternate side of the road parking is suspended because of the Chinese New Year, and mass transit is on schedule. Back to you, Mario.
All right, thank you very much. Check with you later on in the show, of course. Well, now on to our top story this morning. Get ready to dial. Remember, beginning today, you will have to reach out and touch a few more numbers to make that local phone call. McGee Hickey is live in Times Square right now with the story. You're dialing and dialing and dialing, right, McGee?
That's right, Mario. Good morning to you both. Even though Verizon said 11-digit dialing was going to start first thing this morning, you do have a bit of a grace period. We checked out across the city, and there are pockets of the city where you can still use just 7 digits to reach your next door neighbor. Verizon said that's all because it's a gradual rollout. It will be changing across the weekend, but come Monday morning, this is what you'll hear if you only use 7 digits. Plus the 1 makes 11. Starting this morning, you must dial 11 numbers, even to call your next-door neighbor. We have no one to blame but ourselves. We all rushed out to add second lines for faxes and computers. They had to have area codes in the same areas called overlays, and the bottom line is from 7, we now need 11 digits all across New York City. And it wasn't Verizon's idea.
The new dialing pattern is required by the Federal Communications Commission.
Verizon tells us this morning the change will be rolling out gradually across the city this weekend, but everyone must be on board with 11 digits for your digits by Monday. So people who dial up the web should reprogram their computers, everyone should adjust their speed dials, and doctors need to reprogram their call forwarding
to ensure that their patients can get through to their answering service.
New Yorkers are limbering up their digits.
It's going to be bad. It's sad because it's nothing. It's no big deal, but it's going to be bad.
The big thing is going to be dial in all of our fax machines. I mean, it's going to be a hassle to change all this stuff over.
It's annoying.
Very annoying to a lot of us. Well, the folks at Verizon say they expect a lot of confusion over the next few weeks, and they're just asking everyone to be patient and be sure to check in with elderly relatives and elderly friends who aren't so up on the technology and remind them how they now have to call their next-door neighbor, adding a 1 and the area code. We're live in Times Square. McGee Hickey, CBS 2 News, Saturday morning. Back to you, Maria.
Actually, I'll take it. Thanks, McGee. New Jersey is waking up to a water workers' strike this morning. The workers walked off the job at Elizabethtown Water Company at midnight. They say they'll picket outside the corporate headquarters in Westfield later this morning. Elizabethtown serves more than 1 million customers in Hunterdon, Middlesex, Somerset, Mercer, Morris, and Union counties. Union workers test and treat the water to make sure it has the highest quality. The union says if non-union workers are on the job, it could affect the quality of the water. The union sticking points are cutting sick pay by 80%, reduction of hospital coverage, and the requirement of working 24 hours if needed. Police are looking for a serial rapist this morning who has attacked women in 2 different boroughs. CBS 2's David Diaz has more.
These 2 sketches depict what he looks like according to his victims. Over the last month, he has struck twice in Chelsea and once in the South Bronx, each time accosting his victims in the elevator of their building, robbing them at gunpoint of whatever valuables they've had, and then sexually assaulting them. In the Bronx, he victimized 3 women in the same incident. In one of the 2 attacks in these Chelsea projects, he cornered 2 women in the same elevator. And besides the description and his clothing, police say it's the same M.O.
Following them into the building or already having been in that building, getting onto the elevator with them, pushing a floor number that's lower than the one they pushed.
And then there was his congenial, non-threatening manner. It was that, his victims told police, that caused them to let their guards down when they saw him enter the elevator with them. By the way, there is a $2,000 reward for his capture and conviction. In Chelsea, David Diaz, CBS 2 News, Saturday morning.
Time now 6:07. Well, the White House says President Bush will continue building his case against Iraq with a busy but brief round of diplomacy. President Bush met with British Prime Minister Tony Blair yesterday at the White House. The Bush administration says Britain is pushing for a second UN resolution. The president said last fall's resolution gives the authority to take action and to disarm Iraq. Well, meanwhile, U.S. troops from our area are in the Persian Gulf. They're preparing for a possible showdown with Saddam in a second Gulf War. CBS 2's Lou Young is in Kuwait City with more.
In Camp Coyote, waiting for the war amounts to long days of preparing the war machines that'll carry these members of the 1st Marine Division into Iraq if and when the order comes. It's a small town of tents and vehicles where the main enemy is the fine sand that blows in off the open desert. Stefan Vaj is from Pauling, New Jersey. Stand to get into the weapons? I mean, you can make...
Oh, yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got to clean constantly, huh?
Yeah, all the time. We get guys clean right now.
Once they start to move, these people will be living and fighting in the open. By Marine standards, then, this is luxury, living light, the outside world reduced to memories of home and a girl in a photograph.
You know, it's the only female that I see pretty much every day and pretty much motivates me.
When do you think you'll see her again?
When I think I'll see her again? Hopefully soon, you know. Just hopefully soon.
When you look around, you figure they didn't bring all this stuff out here to just to haul it back again without doing anything, did they?
I mean, at times you kind of hope they did, but in situations like this, you know they didn't, so we'll see.
When visitors make it out here, the Marines are grateful for anyone that brings along periodicals like magazines and newspapers because they want to stay in touch. They've been out in the desert a while. You really want to make friends? Bring along a cell phone. Oddly, there's pretty good cell service out here.
Hey, Mom.
Eric Bevilacqua of Lindenhurst called his mom in Florida. There are no phone lines out here in the Kuwaiti desert, but you can use a TV reporter's cell if one's handy.
Hey, I'm going to be on TV in New York, Mom.
The idea of combat is still abstract to many of these young people. Some of the older Marines, though, have given it some serious thought.
When you dedicate your life to this, you know, that's the only way you know you've done it the right way, is when you can go through and come out the other side unscathed along with your Marines.
The attitudes of the young Marines are varied. Some are anxious for action. Others are anxious to get it over with and get home. Some are worried about how they'll react under fire for the first time. Whatever their reaction, though, the thing we need to remember back home is that all of them are our neighbors and countrymen facing a very dangerous task. In Kuwait City, Lou Young, CBS 2 News, Saturday morning.
New Jersey is taking precautions against bioterrorism. They've begun inoculating the first volunteers under its smallpox vaccination program. 100 healthcare workers got their shots yesterday. More than 1,000 healthcare workers from the state will get them over the next month. Those people will be the first responders in the event of a smallpox outbreak. Now, New Jersey is one of a handful of states beginning phase 1 of the federal vaccination program. Just last week, Connecticut began inoculations, and next month, they'll begin in New York.
Well, also in New Jersey, emergency rooms this weekend are very busy. You see, they're preparing to care for extra patients. If doctors go on strike Monday, nearly 10,000 New Jersey doctors have canceled office hours and they won't perform non-emergency surgeries Monday. They're angry about skyrocketing premiums for malpractice insurance, and they want lawmakers to set a $250,000 limit on damages for pain and suffering. Doctors planning to strike say they'll still be available for procedures such as dialysis and chemotherapy as well. A school bus strike is hitting the brakes, at least for now. The drivers' union and the bus companies have agreed to a 48-hour cooling-off period. So parents can use the buses to get their kids to school for at least the early part of next week. The city school buses will be on the roads on Monday and Tuesday. Drivers, chaperones, mechanics have been working without a contract since June. All right, 34 degrees right now and 612, and I did say 34 cold degrees. So beating the cold without leaving New York City, how about that?
Still ahead this Saturday morning, New York Magazine is here with all the hot spots to stay warm, plus this.
It's the latest technology in heart imaging, and researchers here at Duke University believe it may pick up heart attacks that other tests miss. I'm Dr. Mike Rosen. I'll have that story coming up.
And good morning, I'm meteorologist Janine D'Adamo. It's not just rain, but also wintry weather to our north and west. We'll talk about that coming up in weather. Stay with us.
Retirement made easier? Tonight at 11, your house may be your biggest asset. Now it can help support your retirement. See how many seniors are putting thousands into their pockets. What you should know about homemade money. Tonight, CBS 2 News at 11.
Going to the airport? Hey, Bill, you stayed here too? Yeah, want to share a cab? Deal. All right. Great hotel. Yeah, pricey though. Wasn't that bad. Yeah, if you're a CEO. Why? What did you pay? Here's my bill. I didn't pay nearly that. Not even half. You got ripped. Hey, buddy, I can get you a great deal on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Save up to 70% on hotels worldwide. Hotels.com. The best prices at the best places, guaranteed.
Air Canada offers more nonstop flights from New York to the beautiful province of Quebec than any other airline. And now, Air Canada wants to give you the chance to win a 4-day, 3-night ski vacation of a lifetime at Mount Tremblant. Click on Getaway Giveaways at CBSNewYork.com, and you may find yourself swooshing down the side of Mount Tremblant having the time of your life. Quebec, where people really live.
A downtown merchant struggled Monday on CBS 2 News at 6.
Roman Nektarloff lost hundreds of customers September 11th. I'm Amy Stone. We'll tell you how he's trying to get his Ground Zero shoe repair shop back on its feet.
Monday on CBS 2 News at 6.
I was scared, and the whole time I'm sitting here like, I don't want to live the rest of my life HIV positive. That's not how I want to live.
Everything was on my mind is, okay, what I'm going to do if I have it? What's going to happen then? How I'm going to tell my family about this?
And me and my roommate went and got tested. And he went in first, and his results were negative. And I went in, and I got mine, and mine were positive. It doesn't have to happen.
Get tested. Call 1-866-344-NO for more information.
A live picture of Times Square, where I'm sure some late night parties are still going on. What do you say, Mario?
I would tend to agree. It is Saturday morning.
Or early morning parties, we should say. Well, welcome back to CBS 2 News Saturday morning. I'm Lisa Daniels. In news for your health, doctors now have a new and promising technology to help heart patients. It can help them diagnose heart attacks and save lives. CBS 2's Dr. Mike Rosen explains.
So you'll put your on the table on your bag and then slide into the scanner.
Carrie Bess didn't know what was wrong with her exactly the night before.
I've never had a pain like this before. I just knew something, my body was telling me there was something wrong.
Carrie has a history of heart artery blockages. But this visit, doctors aren't sure if she had a heart attack or not. And even the best cardiac imaging tests frequently miss the smaller heart attacks, which can still, in the long run, have deadly consequences. So she was taken for a cardiac MRI scan. It uses a giant magnet to create the images. According to research done here at Duke University and published in the latest issue of the Lancet Medical Journal, cardiac MRI can pick up heart attacks missed by the other heart imaging tests.
The images have a higher quality, so you're able to see much more detail.
If it's normal, there is no heart attack.
So this ring is the heart muscle itself, and living heart muscle has the radioisotope located in it. If there was a heart attack here, there would be lower amount of the radioisotope, and this would be a darker area.
This MRI scan done on another patient shows a heart attack.
In this lower image, you can see that there's a small area of heart attack by MRI shown here at the tip of the arrow that's difficult, if not impossible, to see in the nuclear medicine images.
You can also do a stress test with the MRI, pumping medicine in that acts to mimic the effects exercise has on the heart. When Ms. Bess came into the emergency room, her standard EKG was pretty much normal. But when they took her to cardiac MRI and they did the stress portion of it, they found that one of the walls, the lateral wall, was a little slow in taking up the contrast. And that means she might have a blockage of one of her coronary arteries.
There are a couple areas of your heart getting maybe not as much blood flow as it should when you're under stress.
She might need treatment, like another angioplasty, down the road. Overall, though, for Carrie, good news. There is no heart attack.
To see that, the movement of it, the power of it, you know, it's such a miracle.
I'm Dr. Mike Rosen, CBS 2 News.
34 degrees, 617, and a misty one out there, wasn't it?
I had to use my windshield wipers off and on this morning, but as I understand from Janine D'Adamo this morning, could be a little bit more serious for others, a little slippery there on the roads, right, Janine?
Hey, right now, you're right. It's just kind of slippery, and a little bit of drizzle is coming down. But here's our big upper-level system. That big low-pressure system diving out of the Great Lakes is going to force all this moisture right into the tri-state area. That's going to mean rain all day long. I mean, sometimes it's going to be light, at other times it's going to be heavy, but just watch out for slippery roads. And inland, northwest Jersey, upstate New York, Hudson Valley, even inland Connecticut, not even really snow, but more like freezing rain, even sleet. So icy roads possible today. At the coast, all day long, it is just going to be rainy and cloudy. So the forecast today is kind of a nasty one. Temperatures in the middle 30s in New York City, Islip 36. It's cloudy and rainy for you in Trenton today at 36 degrees also. And the warm-up, it is coming tomorrow, 41, and then on Monday, 50 degrees, but cloudy. I mean, like you see on the 5-day here, I can't tell you it's going to be 50 and sunny. It looks like each and every day there's going to be a lot of clouds and a chance for some rainfall. But here's the good news. You know, we're not talking about snowstorms. We're not talking about nor'easters. We're not talking about ice pulling down power lines. Instead, it's just a very light activity. All told, we might get about 1/2 inch of rain today, which will be terrific. It's nice that we're talking about rain and not snow. Always. You kind of have to be in the weather business.
What's a nice trade-off for that 50 degrees on Monday?
Yeah, it's coming.
So
And it looks,
too.
Yes.
We're pretty confident we're going to see this warm-up happen.
All right, I'm confident for sun, too. I'm pulling in there. All right,
we burned our optimism after all that freezing weather. Ladies, all right, 6:19 right now and 34 degrees. Time for sports at the Meadowlands and Nets. Well, they were forced to take on a really tough New Orleans team with 2 of their best players on the bench.
Warner Wolf's got the highlights along with a look at his plays of the month of January in this morning's sports report.
Good morning. At the Meadowlands last night, the first-place Nets without the injured Jason Kidd and Richard Jefferson beat the Hornets 89-72. One of the best plays of the game. Look at this. Off of Scalabrini, but he saves the ball to Jason Collins, to Anthony Johnson, and the Nets win by 17. In Memphis last night, the Knicks almost blew a 17-point fourth-quarter lead, held on, beat the Grizzlies 108-102. High man of the game, Howard Isley, career-high 30 points, 6 and a 9 3-pointers, putting the Knicks ahead by 7 with 49 seconds to play. The Knicks win by 6. And in Toronto last night, Toronto's Mo Peterson coming down on the white, trips the Pacers' Al Harrington. Harrington upset, gets up, approaches Peterson, and then grabs his jersey. Both guys ejected. And then look at Isaiah Thomas being held back by Raptors coach Lenny Wilkins. Isaiah also ejected. The Raptors win by 12. Local college ball, Manhattan made it 12 in a row and beat Niagara. High school phenom LeBron James will appeal yesterday's season-ending suspension for accepting free jerseys from a Cleveland clothing dealer. The Pro Bowl is tomorrow. The NFC 2.5-point favorite. The pick right here. All right, time now for the plays of the month of January, edited by John Hess, produced by Nick Giuliano. First of all, the longest shot of the month, UConn's Diana Taurasi, a 60-footer, and swish. The best ball handling of the month, look at Matt Walsh of Florida. Oh, then the assist to Anthony Robertson. The best attempt by an NBA player to clear the front row. Look out, it's Fred Hoiberg of the Bulls. The boo of the month, Ron Artest of the Pacers, who throws a TV set. Obviously, he was not watching Channel 2. The worst shot of the month, Marcus Fizer of the Bulls, who hits the lady's popcorn bag. Come on, give her a new bag. The golf shot of the month, Steve Lowry, yesterday's third round Bob Hope Classic, 140-yard par 3/6 hole, and it is a hole-in-one. The best kick by a cheerleader during a field goal contest, 20-yarder by Ohio State's Tara Zinlin. It's good. The most upset hockey player of the month, after a penalty, Ian Moran of the Penguins. Come on, lighten up, Ian. The best combination punches, look at Charles Chinosky, a left, a right, and down goes Scott DePomp, fights over second round. And Mario Bosquez was at the game, celebrating his debut on the Channel 2 News Saturday morning show. This is Warner Wolf.
I didn't know you were there.
I did not expect that. That's my part-time job. Thank you, Warner, for telling everybody.
See, things I didn't even know.
I'm Melvis, Mario with Elvis. 34 degrees and 6:22 right now here on CBS 2 News Saturday morning. Now, we have an important consumer and health note for you. We do have hospitals on alert, Lisa.
Coming up, a contamination scare breaks out at the Red Cross.
And why yoga may be the cure to keeping warm during this cold, cold winter. It is a Saturday morning on CBS 2 News.
Hi, I'd like to start
start getting home delivery of the Sunday New York Times.
Now you can enjoy Sunday even more by getting the New York Times delivered to your home every weekend. And when you call now, you'll get 50% off the regular home delivery price.
I enjoy waking up and having the Sunday New York Times waiting for me. I know it'll tell me things that I won't hear, read, or see anywhere else.
I get international and cultural news, and I get a jump on the week ahead.
Call now to order, and you'll get the book review, travel, arts and leisure, week in review, and the New York Times Magazine.
On Sunday mornings, we catch up on what we really love. She goes straight for arts and leisure. I check out the magazine.
So call now to enjoy the Sunday New York Times for 8 weeks with home delivery at 50% off.
Hi. I'd like to start getting the Sunday New York Times at home. I think the only thing I enjoy more than doing the crossword puzzle is actually finishing it.
Call now, 1-800-861-2341, and get the Sunday New York Times delivered to your home every weekend.
For me, Sunday was made for the New York Times.
What lies behind this door has changed the fate of all who have possessed it.
Just can't seem to get it out of my mind.
5 families linked for 300 years by one remarkable mystery in Hallmark Hall of Fame's most ambitious production ever. Emmy winner Glenn Close, Oscar winner Ellen Burstyn, and Thomas Gibson discover the extraordinary truth only one woman knows.
Do you know what such devotion is called? It's called love!
Brush with Fate. CBS Sunday.
Energy prices are just too high. That's what drove us to attempt the first static electricity-powered home. Success has been elusive. Besides making the house itself more energy efficient, the smartest thing we did was adding Energy Star products. Static electricity may not be viable, but at least we've taken a step for our future. Anybody can make their home more energy efficient.
Good night, sweetie.
Good night, Mommy.
Wow, look at that shot of Times Square. Lots of lights to wake you up on this Saturday morning. Welcome back to the first hour of CBS 2 News Saturday morning. I'm Lisa Daniels. Beating the cold without leaving the tri-state. Sounds impossible, huh? Well, here with some ideas on where you can find those hottest hangouts on those very cold winter days is Rima Suki of New York Magazine. Welcome, Rima.
Thank you.
I would have thought that is impossible to stay here and be warm.
It seems that way lately, but it's really not impossible. And one of the easiest ways is something that we all do probably several times a week, eating out, but choosing where you eat out. A place with a fireplace, for example. We love Beppe Restaurant. It's on 22nd Street. Not only is it some of the best Italian food in town, but they have this beautiful fireplace that kind of dominates the main room. And it's a wonderful way to kind of keep warm.
And there it is right there, Beppe Restaurant. Where is that, do you know?
22nd Street.
Oh, okay.
Between Broadway and Park.
And is there a way for you to find out what restaurants have the fireplaces, or is that?
Actually, the Zagat guide
has it.
One of the categories in the back of the book says restaurants with fireplaces.
Oh, okay. Now,
absolutely.
I understand yoga might help you keep warm, which I don't understand.
Well, yoga is an exercise because the classes are longer than maybe your basic exercise class. It does warm up your muscles, but if you take Bikram yoga, or some people call it Bikram yoga, it's a 90-minute class, and they crank up the heat, so it's between 100 and 105 degrees.
Oh my God, I've
in the
seen
room.
That. That's where the people are sweating ridiculously.
Exactly,
right?
And there's 4 locations in Manhattan, and you know, you should just go for it and try it.
Is that actually pleasant?
Experience?
Yeah.
I think that at the end you're just so happy that you made it through, but it's like it's cleansing and it makes you feel good inside and out.
I don't know
and
if you're
warm.
selling it though. I'll have to think about that one. What about the, I don't know this one, Portofino suntan?
Well, this is like our politically incorrect kind of aspect, but I just say go lay in a tanning bed.
That is politically incorrect.
I know, but you know something? 30 minutes, you lay down, it's warm. If you smear on some of that oil that smells like the beach, you plug in your music, you're a happy person.
Yeah, actually, that did look
I do it.
That looked pleasant.
Occasionally.
And what about Spa 88? What's called?
Okay, well this is, now some people really love going to the Russian baths, and some people want an alternative to the Russian baths. And Spa 88 gives you 2 saunas and a steam room and a pool and a hot tub. And you can just buy a day pass and go.
That looks actually very chic.
And they have a little restaurant in there, too.
Wow, you can have it all.
It's not super, super chic, but it's perfectly fine.
So you can relax, you can eat, and you can stay warm.
Absolutely.
That is awesome. All right, well, Rima Suki, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And don't forget that the latest issue of New York Magazine is on newsstands now, so go get it. Mario, back to you.
All right, Lisa and guest, thank you very much for that information. Just trying to get warm here. Speaking of getting warm, at 6:27, 34 degrees right now. Your Saturday forecast with Janine D'Adamo straight ahead. Find out what she has to say, and then you may be able to help police police catch a serial rapist on the loose in New York City. Plus, what will happen to your water now that one major utility company in New Jersey is on strike? This is CBS 2 News, Saturday morning.
Here's some news from your Toyota dealer about losing the winter blues.
Need a thrill, I say you will, baby, right now, right now.
Come on over right now and cash in on the zero at signing $279 a month lease on Camry LE. Yeah, America's best-selling car, and all you got to do is sign it and drive it.
Come on along.
Good news, this event has been extended, but only through Monday.
Say you will, right now.
Join Verizon in celebrating Black History Month with the Verizon Bookmarks African American Progress activities.
I have a dream today.
He helps children discover the talents within.
You say, you're an important person, and I want to take your picture. You almost see them grow 6 inches taller right in front of your eyes. When you honor people, the best of them comes out.
CBS 2 honors Simon Fulford of Lower Manhattan, fulfilling the dream.
To get more information, visit VerizonReads.com today.
Just feel like she hates me right now. I'm going to try to give her another call again.
If you want to go, Verizon voicemail, you have.
Catherine home.
I didn't care if you hung around me. I didn't care if you went away. All I need is a miracle. All I need is you. All I need is a miracle.
Verizon. Make progress every day.
Imagine that. Pork that's lower in fat than a chicken breast. Smithfield Lean Generation. Pork never looks so good.
Right now on CBS 2, a warning this morning for women as police search for a serial rapist on the loose in New York City. Plus this.
New York City residents, your number is up. 11-digit dialing comes to the Big Apple. I'm McGee Hickey. I'll have that story coming up.
And we'll tell you if a strike by water company employees in New Jersey could be affecting your drinking water.
This is CBS 2 News, Saturday morning.
Good morning, I'm Lisa Daniels at 6:30 on this Saturday, February 1st of 2003.
And I'm Mario Bosquez. Thank you for joining us as we launch our new show. We should tell you once again, this is CBS 2 News Saturday morning. We'll be here Saturdays and Sundays every single weekend, bringing you news, weather, sports, and plenty more.
Even if you're sick.
Even if you're sick, we're going to be here. Rain or shine, how
Pretty
about
impressive.
Yes.
I can tell the coffee is now kicking in. What is that, cup number 5?
A very strong cup of coffee on Saturday morning.
Cup
Lisa's
number 6.
keeping count. Thank you very much.
I'm also stealing it.
That's right.
Yes.
Half the coffee was drunk by Lisa, of course. Also, we're going to have lots of things coming your way this morning you really enjoy. Like we're going to make over entire walls in your house with faux painting, fake painting from Home Depot for a little bit of money. It's going to be fun.
Can you paint?
I'm going to after this segment, that's for sure. I've got a smock and everything ready to go.
I'll judge it. I'll judge it for myself. Let's find out how the weather is doing.
You know, I'm psyched about the Home Depot stuff because for my first house, I used one of their paints called suede to do the living room from Home Depot, and it was amazing.
Suede?
So,
what color is suede?
Well, it's a texture.
Okay.
Is suede, and it was sort of like, it was called Mojave Sunset. It was like an orangey.
Okay, you're way above us here. We're down here, Janine.
I'm excited about it. I'm really
Paint the
excited.
skies for us right now.
Yeah, let's talk about rain because it's coming, and actually some ice too. On the maps right now, I want to tell you about a winter weather advisory. Counties like Fairfield, Connecticut, around Danbury, Connecticut, into Putnam, around Mahopac in Putnam County, New York. Also Middletown and say also around West Point in Orange County, also Northwest Jersey. We're going to see some icing later today. The rain that I'm talking about for the city will be more like freezing rain and ice inland today. So look out for some icy, very slippery spots later today and overnight tonight. The forecast for much of the coast is just going to be rain all day. Right now it's misting outside. Later today, steadier rain is in the forecast, you guys. We could get about a ½ of an inch. And tonight when the temperatures dive, it could change over to snow briefly. So it's going to be very messy before the warm weather gets here.
A mixed bag.
Yeah.
All right, Janine, thank you very much.
I don't know if I like that mixed bag, but now for a look at the roads this Saturday morning, let's check in with CBS 2's Janice Dean.
Good morning, Janice.
Good morning. Well, the good news is there's light traffic out there. The bad news is, of course, like Janine mentioned, the roads are very, very slippery, so give yourself lots of extra braking space. I'm going to show you the Tappan Zee Bridge right now. We have 45 miles per hour heading over the bridge because of the weather. Keep that in mind. A lot of speed reductions because of the icy conditions, so make sure that you're driving safely out there. Our live city cam shot will show you the Triborough Bridge. We have some construction Queens bound. That's been there for some time, so if you live in the neighborhood, you're used to it. We're okay from the Grand Central to the Triborough Bridge. Our next city cam shot will show you Times Square. And alternate side of the street. Parking rules are suspended today because of the Chinese New Year, but you have to feed the meters. Back to you, Lisa.
All right, thanks. Topping the news this Saturday, it's going to take you a little bit longer to call your neighbor. Beginning today, all calls in New York City must include the area code, even if you're calling next door. McGee Hickey is live in Times Square with a story. McGee?
Good morning, Lisa. Well, 11-digit dialing was supposed to come to the entire city this morning, but here at CBS 2, we have found that there are pockets of the city where you can still get by dialing 7 numbers. We checked with Verizon. They say they expected it will be a gradual rollout working throughout the weekend, but come Monday morning, you must dial 11 numbers or else you're going to hear this.
Due to area code changes, you must now dial the area code along with the 7-digit number.
Plus the 1 makes 11. Starting this morning, you must dial 11 numbers, even to call your next-door neighbor. We have no one to blame but ourselves. We all rushed out to add second lines for faxes and computers. They had to have area codes in the same areas called overlays, and the bottom line is from 7, we now need 11 digits all across New York City. And it wasn't Verizon's idea.
The new dialing pattern is required by the Federal Communications Commission.
Verizon tells us this morning the change will be rolling out gradually across the city this weekend, but everyone must be on board with 11 digits for your digits by Monday. So people who dial up the web should reprogram their computers, everyone should adjust their speed dials, and doctors need to reprogram their call forwarding.
To ensure that their patients can get through to their answering service.
New Yorkers are limbering up their digits.
It's going to be bad. It's sad because it's nothing. It's no big deal, but it's going to be bad.
The big thing is going to be all of our speed dial and all of our fax machines. I mean, it's going to be a hassle to change all this stuff over.
Oh, it's annoying.
You said it annoying, but we all have to adjust. Verizon people say that they expect there'll be lots of confusion over the next few weeks. They're asking everyone just to be patient and remember 11 is the lucky number. We're live in Times Square. McGee Hickey, CBS 2 News. Back to you, Mario.
All right, McGee, thank you very much. That last comment puts a positive look at things. All right, time now, 6:35. New Jersey is waking up to a water workers' strike this morning. The workers walked off the job at Elizabethtown Water Company at midnight. They say they will picket outside the corporate headquarters in Westfield later this morning. Elizabethtown serves more than 1 million customers in Hunterdon, Middlesex, Somerset, Mercer, Morris, and Union counties. Union workers test and treat the water to make sure it has the highest quality. The union says if non-union workers are on the job, it could affect the quality of the water. The union's sticking points are cutting sick pay by 80%, reduction of hospital coverage, and the requirement of working 24 hours if needed. Lisa.
The NYPD is looking for a serial rapist this morning. Police think he is struck in 2 different boroughs, twice in Chelsea, once in the South Bronx. He attacks his victims in the elevator and robs them at gunpoint of any valuables. Then he sexually assaults the victims. In the Bronx, he attacked 3 women. In Chelsea, he cornered 2 women in the same elevator. Police say the man was very non-threatening at first. His behavior allowed the victims to let their guard down before the attacks. There is a $2,000 reward for his capture and conviction. Overseas, troops from the New York area are in the Persian Gulf getting ready for a possible military strike in the showdown with Saddam. The 1st Marine Division has set up a small town of tents and military vehicles. They're dealing with being away from home, but they're keeping in touch by cell phones and looking at photos. Meanwhile, the more experienced Marines know the importance of their mission.
When you dedicate your life to this, you know, that's the only way you know you've done it the right way, is when you can go through and come out the other side unscathed along with your Marines.
One problem the Marines are facing now is getting sand in the weapons, so they're constantly cleaning them.
New Jersey is now taking precautions against a possible bioterror attack. It's begun inoculating healthcare workers under its smallpox vaccine program. 100 healthcare workers got their shots yesterday in Trenton. More than 1,000 more will be vaccinated over the next month. They will be the first responders in case of a smallpox outbreak. New Jersey is one of a handful of states beginning phase 1 of their federal vaccination program. Just last week, Connecticut began inoculations, and next month they will begin in New York. World news, a massive train collision killed at least 30 people this morning in Zimbabwe. The collision between a freight train and a passenger train happened near a coal mining center. The passenger train was heading to the resort town of Victoria Falls. Rescuers are trying to free people trapped in those trains. Zimbabwe's transport minister is heading to the crash site to head an investigation. Time now 6:38 and 34 degrees. A blood contamination scare is forcing the Red Cross to quarantine some blood supplies in Georgia and in Florida this morning. More than 100 bags of donated blood have mysterious white particles in them. The Red Cross is telling more than 140 hospitals in Georgia and in Florida which receive the blood not to use it. Meantime, the Centers for Disease Control will test the blood to identify that contamination. It's just the latest trouble for the Red Cross. The FDA has been suing the agency for years for violating blood safety rules.
A school bus strike is hitting the brakes, at least for now. The drivers' union and the bus companies have agreed to a 48-hour cooling off period so parents can use the buses to get their kids to school for at least the early part of next week. The city's school buses will be on the roads on Monday and Tuesday. Drivers, chaperones, and mechanics have been working without a contract since June.
All right, it may be early on a Saturday morning, but still on this show, Lisa and I are going to take you to the movies with a Western hit on wheels.
Still to come, Katie McGee on Lawrence Fishburne's new movie, Biker Boys.
Then how to paint like a pro without spending a lot of money. Remember, you're watching CBS 2 News Saturday morning. We'll be right back.
Retirement made easier? Tonight at 11, your house may be your biggest asset. Now it can help support your retirement. See how many seniors are putting thousands into their pockets. What you should know about homemade money. Tonight, CBS 2 News at 11.
The clock's ticking.
Time is running out. The winter sale at Huffman Coos has been extended.
Honey, over here.
Everything is on sale at the lowest prices of the season. Plus, with Huffman Coos Carefree Financing, there's no down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest payments till 2004.
Or take an extra discount for cash. It's a girl thing. I love it. I love it. It's mine. This is what I call fun. The beauty of Huffman Coos. Hurry, sale ends Monday.
I love teaching, helping kids tackle their problems and chase their dreams. But teaching in New York City is getting tougher every day. Classes are way too crowded, and there's barely enough money for the basics, let alone for music, art, sports, or the individual attention kids need. I know there's pressure on the budget, but we've got to take care of our kids' education, because our city's future is sitting right here in my classroom.
A downtown merchant struggled Monday on CBS 2 News at 6.
Roman Nectarloff lost hundreds of customers September 11th. I'm Amy Stone. We'll tell you how he's trying to get his Ground Zero shoe repair shop back on its feet.
Monday on CBS 2 News at 6.
Air Canada offers more nonstop flights from New York to the beautiful province of Quebec than any other airline. And now, Air Canada wants to give you the chance to win a 4-day, 3-night ski vacation of a lifetime at Mount Tremblant. Click on Getaway Giveaways at cbsnewyork.com, and you may find yourself swooshing down the side of Mount Tremblant having the time of your life. Quebec, where people really live.
6:41 right now, 34 degrees. This is CBS 2 News Saturday morning and a beautiful view live from Times Square. And welcome back to the show. I'm Mario Bosquez. Right now, we're talking home improvements for like me, like you, probably the average painter, if you are in search of creating a new look for your home, you'll never believe how easy it is to reinvent walls. Marlene Pratt of Home Depot joins us this morning with more. And good morning, Marlene.
Good morning.
All right, you threw an apron on me, a smock, whatever you call it.
With your name on it.
All right, it says, hi, I'm Marlene, Mario with a little smiley face. You say we can really smile while we do this type of work. What is faux painting, first
Faux painting is actually, it's actually fake painting, giving the illusion of something that isn't.
So faux means fake.
Yes.
Now we've learned that, but we can also save money at the same time.
We have 3 simple, inexpensive ways of painting or designing a room that you can actually do within the weekend, including the interruptions from the family.
Interruptions from the family, the fights, the Chinese food takeout, you can do all of this. So while Marlene gets this ready, remember, you at home can try this as well. So where do we start, Marlene?
The first one that I have here is actually, it's a tray, it's a kit, and the tray comes divided in half, so you're able to add 2 colors.
Very handy.
If you're ever looking at a color palette, what you want to do is you want to take the lightest and the darkest color and combine them together. And
so take light and dark colors, combine them in the divided tray, and have the divided roller too.
And look at how wonderful that roller is.
Very nice.
You see that? You could do that yourself right now. I'm not even going to show you how.
Well, I did it one year, and I painted my kitchen citrus orange, so I kind of have a not a good taste for color, perhaps, but Marlene, what are you doing now?
Without getting paint on you or me. This is what it looks like once it's done. See how wonderful that looks? Nice. You have 2 different shades of color. You mix them in. It's not the darkest nor the lightest. It's something in between.
All right.
So we're going to take this.
Now I want
When you do this, you do it in different directions. You do not want to go up and down because then you're not going to get the look you want. Here you have a lot of the green, and the hardest thing about these 3 techniques is taping the room.
Taping the room down is very important.
With this one, the sponge is so thick that I recommend that instead of just putting 1 roll of tape on the ceiling, put 2.
All right.
So that way you don't have to
come back. So that's one technique right there.
That's one technique. That's very simple. See that? And you play with it. If you're not sure, step back, look at it, come back to it.
Do the little thumb trick, the artist thumb trick. Okay, where do we go now, Marlene?
The second one, this is more of a country look. If you don't want to invest, or you don't have the time, or you don't feel courageous enough to take the task of actually installing tiles, you could actually take a sponge.
I'm going to do this.
Cut it in half.
Cut it in half, and then just dip it in.
And you have to eye it. Place it here.
All right.
And eye it. And you have to be very patient.
Already got some on
Start right here.
Okay. I have to say Marlene cheated. She marked where I'm supposed to sponge, so. All right.
You're such a man. Give me that.
Wait a minute. What did you call me? Let's talk about price range so people can know economically how much you can save or how much you spend.
Well, depending on the paint that you're getting, this one here actually has a little sand, so it's a little bit more expensive.
It's a little gritty.
It's a little gritty.
Keep going while you tell me all of that.
Okay,
the next step, go ahead.
The third one that we have here, I'm going to bring this board down and bring another one up. This one, I call it the outhouse look.
Because outhouse look?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because my grandmother has an outhouse that she converted into a shower house, and it is exactly what the walls look like.
Very nice.
You see? He's not being passionate about it.
Oh, okay, passion. You want passion. I'll show you some passion there, Mom.
Here with this one, all we do is we apply glaze. So if you need a gallon of glaze in a quart of paint.
Okay.
You mix it up. It is very simple. Any 5-year-old could do this.
And so now you're saying I can't do it because I'm under 5 years old.
We're going to take a 4-inch putty knife.
Putty knife, there you go.
Some cloth, and all we're actually going to do is just scrape the wall.
And remember, Lisa said I could do her house. She made me say I was going to paint her house. Now she knows what kind of work I'm going to do in her house. And remember, folks at home, you can do this right now. I'm sort of just messing around, but you can do beautiful work just like Marlene Platt from
All you need is patience.
All right, a lot of patience and Mario not to do the work. Well, we continue to finish the set here. Let's go back to Lisa, and thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
I'll be better than this next time, I promise.
All right, Mario, no offense, but you're fired. Sorry, Mario. All right, let's see how Janine is doing in the Weather Center. Hopefully you could paint us a sun. And 80 degrees, how about that?
Oh, yeah, Miami, not even, right? Lisa, we're going to be talking about actually rain today. No sun at all. We're talking about cloud cover and drizzle on and off. Here's storm tracker radar. You can see the rain already coming up right through Rockland County and Nanuet and also into Westchester. White Plains is getting rain right now, and also around Crestwood and around Mount Vernon. So the rainfall is coming up through the north, and we're going to see it all day long today. Back to the maps. The current picture is drizzle. It's 34 in the city, 29 in Cold Spring, Newton 30. This is where you have that winter weather advisory because it's going to be cold enough for freezing rain and some icing. So watch out inland. Cities like Danbury, Connecticut, Mahopac, New York, back into Sussex, New Jersey. Watch out for the icing later today and tonight. So there's the cloud cover. You can forget about the sun. It's a thick cloud cover, so we're not even going to see breaks in the clouds this afternoon. Very overcast, and the drizzle again will be on and off this morning and then steadier rain later today. Starting out this morning, low pressure off the coast, a second low back to our west. As the colder air comes in tonight, maybe a change over to some snow briefly. So like I mentioned, there will be some slick spots late today and tonight. And then we're going to see this warm front. Now, all hail the warm front. We're pretty excited about that. The warm front comes in late Sunday into Monday, and this is going to warm us up significantly. So the 30s you see in the forecast today become 40s tomorrow, and Monday they become 50s. Now, here's the bad news. I can't forecast all of this great warm weather with complete sunshine. It still looks like we're going to see rain on and off, some peaks of sun tomorrow. But overall, for the start of February, this being the first day of February, to have 50-degree temperatures in the first week of February is pretty fantastic.
All right, thank you.
So you're welcome.
Thank you, Janine.
So welcome.
All right, let's go to the movies. Lawrence Fishburne is back on the big screen.
Find out what he has to say about his hot new movie, Biker Boys. That's next on CBS 2 News Saturday morning.
From Dunkin' Donuts. Just the thing for your morning commute. Stop by Dunkin' Donuts and try a coffee combo with one of our new sweet, moist scone varieties. Just the thing to start your day.
Dreaming about starting an adventure? Stop dreaming and start driving. Save big on the world's best-selling SUV Ford Explorer 4x4. Well-equipped, and now just $349 a month. So start enjoying the roomier, smoother, and more powerful Explorer. Hurry in and get an Explorer for just $349 a month. Let the adventures begin with Ford Explorer today.
Aren't you ashamed of what you're doing? It says you're supposed to pay here. Shame, 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 shame on you.
Monday on CBS 2 News at 11, Shame on You is back, and Arnold Diaz investigates a deadbeat stockbroker.
Why haven't you paid this judgment against you?
He owes hundreds of thousands of dollars to a sick woman's family but refuses to pay. What happened? Watch Shame on You Monday on CBS 2 News at 11 after an all-new CSI Miami.
It is 6:49 on February 1st. Can you believe it's February?
Already, and Janine D'Adamo is telling us, oh, it's going to be a bit of a warm-up, so it's not going to feel like February for very long.
I bet she's just saying that to make us happy.
And it's also the Lunar New Year. We'll tell you more about that. So also Happy New Year to people. Gong Ho Fat Choi, as they say in Chinese. I've been practicing Gong Ho Fat Choi.
Come again?
Very good.
Let's see
I've
you
been
say
practicing.
it again. Go ahead.
Gong Ho Fat Choi.
I hope you're not saying anything dirty.
I am saying Happy New Year. Happy Lunar New Year to everybody.
Keep it nice, Mark.
All right, 6:50 right down, 34 degrees. Time now to check in with Gretchen Carlson and Russ Mitchell from the Saturday Early Show to see what they're working on this morning.
Good morning, guys.
Mario and Lisa, what did you call us again?
I know.
I'm calling no one nothing. I'm just saying Happy Lunar New Year. How about that?
Thank you. We want to say to you congratulations and welcome to CBS to both of you.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Yes, well, I think he called you Bok Choy, and I'm not sure what he called me, but we are coming up on our show. We have lots of great stuff to offer you on this first day of the Chinese New Year. Our chef on a shoestring is preparing a holiday menu full of good fortune on a special $60 budget that we're going to give her today instead of the original $30.
For six people.
For 6 people.
Also, the Waltz King of Europe is here. Violinist Andre Rieu is in our Second Cup Cafe. Also ahead, new hope for people who suffer from chronic fatigue syndrome.
And we're going to learn how to grow microgreens. Do you know what those are? They're like sprouts. They're coming back from the 60s. We're going to show you how to transfer those right into your salads on your kitchen counter. And also, Steve Hartman celebrates his 100th anniversary of Everybody Has a Story.
That's right. We have edition 101 here as well. Also, get this, the very first swimsuit edition of National Geographic magazine.
You see how he announced that one?
I'll tell you all about that. Again, Mario and Lisa, it's good to have you with us on Saturday morning. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now we go to the big screen where a new movie is being called A Western on wheels. I don't get that one.
Unbelievable but true, Lisa. Biker Boys stars Academy Award nominee Lawrence Fishburne. CBS 2 entertainment reporter Katie McGee sat down with the star who's all revved up about his role as a modern-day desperado.
It's one of the sexiest movies I've ever seen.
Biker Boys is sexy, according to star Lawrence Fishburne, because it's packed with leather, chrome, and speed.
Was it you doing your own speed stuff?
It's me out there.
I have to say, I'm really impressed.
On the bike.
Don't you get scared?
Of course. Get scared every time I get on a motorcycle. Are you kidding? I don't know anybody who doesn't.
Most of the cast of Biker Boys, including Derek Luke, Lisa Bonet, and Orlando Jones, saddle up and ride a bike in this urban western. That includes Fishburne, who plays Smoke, the fastest drag racer on two wheels in a world of underground motorcycle clubs. Playing a biker wasn't too much of a stretch for Fishburne, who told me he's already quite an enthusiast.
What is it you love about it?
The freedom. There's a feeling of freedom that comes with it.
And he's not alone. Popular rocker Kid Rock, who plays Dog in the flick, also rides in real life.
You ain't got the heart to be King of Cali.
And how about Kid Rock?
Kid Rock, who knew?
I didn't.
He's really good in the movie. He's really good in the movie.
Did he ask for any tips?
I think he was a little nervous, but he certainly rose to the occasion.
Speaking of rising, your hair might when you see some of the stunts in this movie, none of which were visual effects, but rather a team of real-life riders who routinely live life on the edge.
The thing that our movie has is it has this authenticity. So in all the scenes where there are lots of motorcycles, those motorcycles belong to the people that are there, standing around them, riding them.
The concept for this movie came from a newspaper article a freelance journalist gained access to and then wrote about the world of African-American motorcycle clubs in Southern California. In the newsroom, Katie McGee, CBS 2 News.
Looks hot. Now the hottest gadgets for the technology expert in your life. We'll take a look at some of the gadgets next.
And Janine D'Adamo is coming back with a check on your mixed bag Saturday forecast.
Embarrassed about your legs? Sunday at 11, do varicose veins have you covering them up? A new procedure helps give women legs they're proud to show off. How well does it work? Varicose? Very gone. Sunday, CBS 2 News at 11.
Imagine that. Pork that's lower in fat than a chicken breast. Smithfield Lean Generation. Pork never looks so good.
Hi, I'd like to start getting home delivery of the Sunday New York Times.
Now you can enjoy Sunday even more by getting the New York Times delivered to your home every weekend. And when you call now, you'll get 50% off the regular home delivery price.
I enjoy waking up and having the Sunday New York Times waiting for me. I know it'll tell me things that I won't hear, read, or see anywhere else.
I get international and cultural news, and I get a jump on the week ahead.
Call now to order, and you'll get the book review, travel, arts and leisure, week in review, and the New York Times Magazine.
On Sunday mornings, we catch up on what we really love. She goes straight for arts and leisure. I check out the magazine.
So call now to enjoy the Sunday New York Times for 8 weeks with home delivery at 50% off.
Hi. I'd like to start getting the Sunday New York Times at home.
I think the only thing I enjoy more than doing the crossword puzzle is actually finishing it.
Call now, 1-800-861-2341, and get the Sunday New York Times delivered to your home every weekend.
For me, Sunday was made for the New York Times.
This boy is 150 pounds and he's 4 years old.
I am not overfeeding my child.
You're his mother and it all comes home to you. Next, Dr. Phil.
Monday at 3, only on CBS 2.
From the hottest new camera to a watch made for the golf pro in your family, Men's Journal technology expert Janice Dean is here today with some very, very cool gadgets. Good morning.
Good morning.
Show us how to become James Dean with these cool gadgets.
Well, okay.
What are these things?
Let's start with the Panasonic eWare.
Okay.
This is like most of your multimedia gadgets. Holds video, holds sound clips, MP3s, but this also records TV. So you can.
That little thing does all that?
Yep. You put it into a docking station, you hook it up to your TV, you can download your favorite TV shows and carry them with you.
You promise?
I promise.
Wow. What about this bigger guy?
The Olympus Ultra Zoom, which actually is a pretty big leap in digital cameras. It takes really high quality images, but it's got a 10 times zoom, which is the equivalent of a 38-380, which is a very big zoom for a conventional camera, basically. It's much smaller than we've ever seen that before.
Guys must love that.
Yep, take it on your safaris.
Safaris? Well,
yes.
I don't go on safaris, but I will. What about this?
Nokia video phone. This, like a lot of the phones out today, takes digital images. Video, MPEG video, also digital snapshots. It also plays back video from the internet. You can get movie trailers, your favorite websites.
That sounds very cool. You have to take a picture of me as soon as we get off, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, and for more information on this latest technology, you can pick up a copy of this month's Men's Journal.
All right, we have plenty more coming your way as I pick up one of these gadgets, put it in my pocket.
Put it back, Margo. Put it back.
CBS 2 News Saturday morning. We'll be back in about 2 hours to look at what we're working on for 9 a.m.
Lots of stuff. Fitness expert Eric Nees joins us with a great way to shed some pounds.
And we are live with the Harlem Globetrotters, all ahead when CBS 2 News Saturday morning continues at 9 a.m. We will see you then.
This is healthy food. This is exercise. Together, they should help lower your cholesterol. But if they're not lowering your cholesterol enough, add Welcall. Welcall's different from many cholesterol drugs since it isn't absorbed in your bloodstream and it does not pass through your kidneys or liver. Welcall works with healthy food and exercise to lower LDL or bad cholesterol 15 to 18%. So if you need a boost to lower your cholesterol, ask your doctor if Welcall is right for you. Welcall is not for everyone, especially those with bowel blockage. Tell your doctor if you have trouble swallowing or severe stomach or intestinal problems. Side effects may include constipation, indigestion, and gas. Welcall, helping you reach your cholesterol goal.
Join Verizon in celebrating Black History Month with the Verizon Bookmarks African American Progress activities.
I have a dream today.
She runs a family literacy program that goes far beyond teaching how to read and write.
We deal with problems of housing, food, clothing. Education is important, but their basic needs need to be addressed first.
CBS 2 honors Rochelle Ackerman of Hackensack, fulfilling the dream.
To get more information, visit VerizonReads.com today.
I just feel like she hates me right now. I'm going to try to give her another call again.
If you want to go, stay.
Verizon voicemail. You have
Catherine home. I didn't care if you hung around me. I didn't care if you went away. All I need is a miracle. All I need is you. All I need is a miracle.
Verizon. Make progress every day. Using your house to support your retirement. Tonight at 11.
Glenn Close, Thomas Gibson, Hallmark Hall of Fame's Brush with Fate, CBS Sunday.
A CBS News exclusive, a U.S. commander in the Pacific is asking for a military buildup in North Korea, even as the Bush-Blair War Summit confronts the crisis with Iraq.
And a high school basketball phenom is benched. We'll have the latest on the gifts that have put LeBron James' hoop dreams on hold.
And good morning. It is Saturday, February 1st. Wow, 2003. I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Gretchen Carlson. Welcome to the Saturday Early Show. Starting up a brand new day. Thinking in a brand new way.
February 1st kind of snuck up on me there.
It did. You were surprised to see. We've already entered, and you know,
that?
Ira Joe's so excited every time we get to a month where he can say burr. So he can say
Yes.
February.
February.
Yes.
It's close. It's also the eve of Groundhog's Day.
That's true.
Oh,
It's a
really?
big celebration, yeah.
That's right.
It's also the Chinese New Year.
That is true. Do you know what year this is?
Well, you and I think, do. But let's see if Ira Joe knows what it is.
I keep writing Year of the Dragon on my checks. What
Nope.
year is it?
You're the goat, I believe.
The ram, exactly.
Yes.
It's going to have our chef and shoestring here. He's going to make a great meal for us. Also, you can tell us about microgreens.
Microgreens. They're kind of making a comeback from the 60s. People are growing them in their own kitchens. They're like sprouts and that sort of thing. We're going to show you how you can do that in your own home.
And violin, you're going to really
Violinist Andre Rayu. Yes, he's going to be here. And also chronic fatigue syndrome affects many, many people. We're going to talk about that.
Steve Hartman's going to be here with Everybody Has a Story number 100 and number 101. Also, we'll tell you about National Geographic's first swimsuit edition. That's all coming up this morning. That's all coming up this morning on the Saturday Early Show. But first up, let's get to the news. President Bush is at Camp David after spending a week lining up allied support for a showdown with Saddam Hussein. Mr. Bush met Friday with Britain's Tony Blair. Now, both leaders say a second UN resolution is not necessary for using military force against Iraq. Still, Blair says another resolution is important. Mark Knoller has the latest from the White House this morning. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Russ. The two leaders wanted to be seen presenting a united front in the showdown with Saddam. And though they didn't announce a specific deadline for the end of diplomatic efforts, President Bush did say he wants the standoff with Iraq to be ended quickly.